Hey everyone, today we're just going to cover what I have going on around with all the tanks and what all we're trying to accomplish. This is going to be one of our first vlogs that I plan on taking this channel towards in our journey of starting to breed fish, potentially for profit, and we're probably really going to start breeding some shrimp here soon. I have some blue dream shrimp on the way, which I'm going to cover later, and I obviously have some cherry shrimp in the tank behind me, which have just been growing up beautiful and I love. Well, enough chit-chatting, let's get into it. As you can see past the horrible reflection, we have way too many gold dust mollies going on. I'm really happy that we have them. That means that breeding has worked. It's been a real passive thing. We had a spawning mop in here over in that corner for a while. I mean, that was a whole different tank at the time. But now that we know that we can actually get them breeding pretty passively, I want to maybe go on to something more like guppies, because as you can tell, I really don't care for these guys. They're bullies. I mean, I know he's just chasing her around, and I mean, that's what fish do, but sometimes I've seen some of these guys get really mean, especially this one up here with the white fin. He has been probably one of the biggest bullies that I've ever had out of all my fish. Everyone else seems to be pretty chill. They just hang out, do whatever, hang around in the glass. You can tell I just fed them, so they're all over here in the corner. And this guy, oh well, I guess this lady usually sits over down in here because, well, she doesn't want to get bullied anymore. A lot of times you'll see the babies sit down here in the combs. And there's one of our cherries swimming on around. They've been coming out a lot more ever since we got rid of the pleco. I was sad to see the pleco go, but ever since he's been gone, I mean, snails, the algae's been pretty down. I don't know what snails have to do with anything. They've been handling some of the wall algae. I haven't had to clean the tank, especially since I put in the pothos. We got a brand new growth here. Look at that. We got a little bit of new growth coming in here. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus. Yep, there we go. And we've hung the light, which, excuse the wire, but hey, you know what? It works. I make things work when I don't have a lot of room or a lot of money to make things do, and, well, darn, I'm impatient. I want it to go. As you see back here, they're just back in here and eating. We got this nice growth of the Java, or not the Java. Oh, hey, look. Nice little cherry shrimp doing his thing. Come on, focus on there. But the Vallisnerias start to grow up real nice. We got this nice strand here. Only a couple more foot, maybe half a foot. We got some little Widget growing back in there. All right. Other than that, there's not too much more going on in this tank. Let's go on down to the fish room that's up and coming and see what's going on. As we come into the fish room, you can see that we have a mess going on. First off, this tank was just a nice little experiment. We had some blue dreams in here, and we actually got a video of the last blue dream shrimp that's in here. All the rest of them had passed away. I don't know if it was bad acclimation or what, but there she is. There she is. You can just see her back in there. But I put this pot in here. It has a little bit of fertilizer in the bottom, capped with gravel, capped with the black gravel. And I'm pretty sure that's why we have the green water. So the Ludwigia has been growing fantastic. I haven't had to really do anything with it. I'm probably going to cut it here and make it grow a little thicker. We have a nice another little pothos up here. Excuse the wires. It's starting to root in pretty nice. I didn't think this one would grow because of the light. But then I remember, pothos are amazing, and they literally just sprout. It's almost growing better than the one upstairs. It's been in this tank half the time. We'll put in the hornwort that we just got this past week. It's already growing fantastic. Now, I got the hornwort because, from my understanding, it's supposed to just suck up nutrients. And that's what I want to do. I want to try and get all this green water out of here, looking like a nicer tank. We got some more of these domes with some Java fern on it. Java moss. We have the Java fern back here. And kind of hard to see with the green water, but just know that it's back there. This tank is just going to be a blue dream shrimp tank that we have coming in later next week. They'll probably be in here. If I get an acclimation video on that, that'll be awesome. And over to the side here, we have what is supposed to be the beta tank. This water, I've just been putting in a little bit of fertilizer, which I put in fertilizer in all my tanks. Just, you know, the good old standard. Oh, that's the potassium. I have the sponge filters in here like I do in all my tanks. We have some snails starting to actually stay alive, so that's telling me this tank's probably getting pretty close. The actual Java moss is growing slowly, but I need to get a lid for it, which is going to be in the coming weeks, and a light, which will also be in this coming weeks. As you can tell, a lot of water drop. But other than that, all we have is what I plan to be this little shelving system. I know I have cinder blocks and a bunch of them outside, which we're going to see here in a minute. Excuse the mess. This is just a working construction. And right on the other side of this wall here is actually a shower head that I have hooked up and is going to be reworked. I've thought about just, I don't know anyone, it's gross. But I thought about cleaning all this up, putting a tub in so that way I could hold the water, and getting a pump and do a actual automatic water change system. When that happens, I don't know, but I already have piping around, which, like I said, if we go back around here, it's, well, I mean, I have tubing, I already have a pump outside somewhere, and I'm going to do some hanging brackets all the way across and have them come down to the tanks. Now, when that gets done, that's a little bit down the road, but that is the plan. Outside of that, I mean, there's not too much going on in here. I need to get the brine shrimp hatchery set back up. I just haven't had time to mess with it. And, I mean, really go from there. All right, let's go see the outside tank. Now, as we have going on out here, this is just an experiment tank. All I really plan on doing with it is maybe growing some plants out of the top, some daphnia, see what really happens. I've never had an outdoor tank before, and I'm not sure how well everything works in Ohio. If I actually do put any fish in here, I'll already have a place inside for them to go if I ever go to bring them in. But all I have going on is just a little pump. Oh, you can see that, yep. Bring it up and over just now, just so I can get some oxygen in it, get some water flow movement. Come down here to the worst solar panel ever. Well, I guess the solar panel works. It's the fact that there's no charge. So if you literally just, you can hear it shut off. So that is going to be changed. I'm probably going to change it out with one of the USB ones. I can see there's a little bit of gunk on that. But I'm just letting this tank get dirty and just let it do whatever it does.
I lost my train of thought.
But for a USB one, I'm probably just going to go pick up from Aquarium Co-op and let it plug in. It'll work. This has a connector down here I can change with some actual USB connectors that I have inside. And then, as you can see, I have all my cinder blocks and junk. I was cleaning out the basement, getting stuff ready for fish stuff. But as for that, that's mostly all we have going on, guys. If there's anything you would like to see in the tanks or anything like that, curious about how I set anything up or what any of our future plans are, feel free to comment down on the bottom. We hope you have a great day and see you in the next one.